Hello, my lucky learners. Welcome back to Lucky English for Beginners. I am absolutely delighted to have you with me today. Find a comfortable chair, maybe pour yourself a cup of warm tea and let the outside world fade away for a while. Today we are not just learning English, we are stepping through a wardrobe and into a land of winter, talking lions and eternal adventure. We are going to explore the life of C.S. Lewis, the man who gave the world the Chronicles of Narnia. This is a story about how a boy who lost his mother and found comfort in stories grew up to be one of the most influential writers in history. It is a story about the power of belief, the magic of the what if, and why your English journey is much like stepping into a new world. A world where, if you are brave enough, you can find your own inner lion. Part 1: The Boy Who Found Comfort in Books. Our story begins in 1898 in Belfast, Ireland. Clive Staples Lewis, who preferred to be called Jack, had a childhood that was filled with books and imagination. He and his brother Warnie spent hours building their own worlds, creating stories about talking animals and knightly quests. They didn't have television, so they used their minds as their screens. But when Jack was just 9 years old, his mother died. The house, which had been full of laughter, suddenly became very quiet. His father became distant, and Jack felt like he was living in a cold, lonely place. He did what any storyteller would do. He retreated into his imagination. He realized that if the real world was painful, he could create a world that was safe. This is the first secret of C.S. Lewis. Imagination is a shield. When your English practice feels difficult, remember that you are building a safe space in your mind where you can be yourself. Part 2: The Professor and the Wardrobe. Jack grew up to be a brilliant professor at Oxford University. He spent his days surrounded by academics, dusty books, and very serious conversations. He was a man of logic and facts, but he never forgot the stories he told as a boy. One day he started writing down a story about a wardrobe, a snowy forest, and a faun. He wasn't sure if it was a good story, he just wanted to write what he loved. That story became The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He showed the world that it doesn't matter how serious you are in your daily life, there is always room for a little bit of magic. Your English practice should be the same. You don't have to be serious all the time. Use your language to tell stories, to play, and to dream. Part 3: Why C.S. Lewis matters to you. You might ask, why should I, an English learner, care about a professor from the 1900s? That is a wonderful question. C.S. Lewis is important because he believed in the power of the image. He didn't just tell you that Narnia was cold, he described the crunch of the snow under your boots. He didn't just say the lion was powerful, he described the way the forest went quiet when the lion walked through. When you learn English, don't just use simple descriptions. Use your imagination to paint pictures with your words. When you try to describe a feeling or a place, try to find the image that makes it real. That is how you become a master storyteller. Part 4: The Art of the What Ifs. C.S. Lewis's whole career was built on the question, what if? What if animals could talk? What if there was another world hidden behind our own? When you learn English, keep asking what if? What if I wrote a poem about my breakfast? What if I spoke to my mirror as if it were a famous person? When you turn your learning into a what-if game, you stop being a student and you start being an explorer. Explorers don't get bored, they are too busy discovering. Part 5: The Courage to be Different. Lewis was often criticized by his fellow professors. They thought writing stories about children and talking lions was unprofessional. But he didn't care. He knew that his work was important. In your English journey, you might feel like you are doing things differently. Maybe you like to learn by singing or by watching cartoons or by talking to yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that there is only one right way to learn. Find the way that works for your own heart. If you are having fun, you are doing it the right way. Part 6: The Language of Truth. Lewis was famous for explaining very difficult ideas in very simple ways. He took big, complex concepts and made them clear enough for a child to understand. That is the ultimate goal of English fluency, to take a complex thought and express it simply. When you can explain something clearly, you own that knowledge. Don't try to sound smart by using long, confusing sentences. Try to sound clear. Clarity is the highest form of intelligence. Part 7: The Plateau of the Snowy Forest. In Narnia, the forest is often covered in deep, silent snow. It feels like you are walking forever, and nothing is changing. In your English journey, you will reach this plateau. You will feel like you are walking through the snow and you aren't getting anywhere, but stay the course. The change is happening underneath. Your brain is building the Narnia of your English ability. Even when you feel stuck, you are making progress. Just keep walking. Part 8: The Importance of Detail. Lewis noticed the way the light hit the trees, the way the air smelled, and the way the shadows moved. Start noticing these details in English. When you are reading or listening, look for the color in the language. The color is what makes the language memorable. Part 9. The magic of talking animals. Lewis gave animals a voice. Why? Because sometimes it is easier to tell the truth when you are speaking as a lion or a beaver or a fawn. If you feel shy speaking English, pretend you are someone else. Pretend you are a character from your favorite book. When you wear a mask, it is much easier to be brave. Part 10. Your story is still being written. Lewis wrote his most famous books when he was older. He didn't rush his life. Your English is a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time, enjoy every chapter. You are building a palace of words that will stand for a long time. Part 11. The power of persistence. Lewis wrote thousands of letters to people all over the world. He was a person of constant action. Your persistence, your daily habit of practicing, is what will make your Narnia real. Keep your habit alive, no matter how small it is. Part 12. You are the hero. In Narnia, the children are the heroes because they are willing to step into the wardrobe. You are the hero of your story because you were willing to open the wardrobe of the English language. That is the hardest step, and you have already taken it. Part 13. Finding beauty in the simple. Lewis found magic in a simple wardrobe. You can find magic in a simple sentence. Don't look for the big achievements. Look for the small, daily wins. They are the true treasure. Part 14. The legacy of wonder. Lewis left behind a world that has comforted millions. Your English journey will leave you with a gift of comfort, the comfort of being able to understand, connect, and explore the entire world. Part 15. Your final mission. My lucky learners, thank you for stepping through the wardrobe and into the snowy woods of Narnia with me today. You are doing something heroic. You are teaching your brain to think in a new way, and that is a truly wonderful thing. Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep being lucky. I will be right here, waiting to walk the next mile of the mystery with you. Bye for now. Before you go, I have one question for you. If you could step through a wardrobe today and enter any world of your imagination, what is the first thing you would want to see there?